When we watched the little one with its siblings in the tree, it became evident that the siblings were at least 2 days ahead in the art of flying. They were able to negotiate distances of 20 to 30 meters between the trees easily and elegantly. This, however, meant that the first solo flight of little one had to be imminent as well, and that was an event we did not want to miss. From the courtyard we had a decent view of the little one in his haunts up in the crown of his tree, where he was now fed regularly and sometimes joined by a sibling. That's the little one.
They've been there all along. I don't believe it. They couldn't.
That's our little one.
Yeah, I know. I'll be damned. There's 2 of them. They're gonna... That's amazing.
Anyway, these are both little ones. Both want to be fed. Both have been fed, and I got footage of that. And there are 2 more being fed over in the big tree.
Oh, it's one of them ours? Here.
No, this is ours up there.
There are
The
2.
one to the left is ours. The other one just went off a few branches. And now he's coming back. And ours is the one that's doing the quack, quack.
Yeah, I can recognize his voice. But why did he fall out of this tree and then there were no...
Maybe they were all the
there?
time in the nest up there, the others.
They would have made noise.
So I installed the camera in the courtyard and embarked on a vigil of undetermined duration. That was at 9 a.m. on Sunday, June 20th. It did not take long to become familiar with the routine of the little one. Out of a period of drowsiness or sleep, which took 15 to 30 minutes, it awakened by increasing hunger. That led to squawks for food, upon which eventually a crow arrived to hastily stick some food into the gaping throat and then disappear just as hastily, rarely without an alarm cry and a glance in our direction. Once fed, the little one was adventurous and proceeded to walk about on its branches, exercise its wings, preen a bit, and was obviously having a great time. Then the activity slowed down, by and by, until drowsiness overcame it again, and the cycle began again. This routine continued all day. When the little one was active, I had the camera running, in case it hopped off for its first flight. And when it was drowsy, I just stood at the ready by the camera. But I had only 2 storage cards, the largest one being able to accommodate only 8 minutes of video. So I had to constantly empty the cards into the computer in the office and there scan the contents for interesting stuff, and while doing that, the camera had to be running outside in case the big event would occur. In addition, batteries had to be kept recharged and exchanged. You can imagine that I was grateful for periods of drowsiness and sleep of my baby. Around 7 o'clock in the evening, after 10 hours of vigilance, I became convinced that the solo flight would not happen this day, because in my experience fledging is usually a morning activity. So we embarked on our evening routine and went to bed. Next morning I resumed my watch at dawn, about 4:30 a.m. To my relief I found the little one still at his post, engaged in the same routine, sleeping, getting hungry, getting fed, being active and getting drowsy again and ready to rest. After many more rounds of this, at 1:07 p.m. finally it happened. Very unceremoniously the little one jumped off and flew towards the grove of trees where his parents and siblings were. And because it was so beautiful, the event lasting a mere second is repeated here again, this time at its real speed. At least the vigil of almost 18 hours had not been in vain. The next day we spotted the little one high up in one of the trees in front of our house, in the company of his parents and siblings. And they were all really high up in the trees. To this day, the little one can easily be recognized, even from a great distance, by its plaintive, loud, squealing voice, which is very different from the much less penetrating guttural utterances of the siblings. We hear them every day, all day, in the vicinity of our and our neighbors' trees. They have an affinity to the row of trees between us and our neighbor. These shots were taken more than a week after the little one's first solo flight. Our little one is now fully developed and, except by its voice, is indistinguishable from its siblings. Here little one is being on the left, it's the one being fed, and again it is joined by a sibling which always seems to drop something when photographed. We will remember this encounter for a long, long time. I am sure so will they. Who knows what will come of this?